through this. Now I want to get to our agent spotlight for the day. Thrilled for this conversation with Mr. John Murchison, the man, the myth, the legend. Those are your words, not mine. Want to get him. Where you at, John? Where can I spotlight you? I guess I don't need to share this screen. Let's just let everybody see John's beautiful face. John, if you can, there you are, my friend. Let's get this spotlight going and let's have a conversation, Mr. Murchison. You know, typically I send questions ahead of time, and I reached out to John and I said, you know, do you want to know? You want to know what the questions are going to be? Give you the opportunity to prepare. And he said, "Nah, man, let's just do it live." And I like that. I like that, John. So let's talk a little bit. First of all, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been with KW? What brought you to real estate?
Okay, a little bit about me. Real estate. I've actually been licensed in real estate for quite a while. I got my license way back in 2003, late 2003, going to 2004. Been with KW now going into my 10th year. Came here in 2012. I was, you know, for the most part, part-time, you know, sometimes no time in the business. And, you know, I think over the past year or so, you know, I really just wanted to get focused. I think I've been maybe full-time for maybe the past 2 years now. You know, been in other businesses and things like that, you know, as far as licensed, you know, insurance and all that type of stuff, bartending, all types of things. But yeah, I've been in real estate for here at KW in 10 years and going into 10 years. And it's really been great, honestly. You know, the environment, the people, learning people. You know, I'm a quiet individual. I kind of sit back and I like to do things under the radar, you know, but to answer your question, yeah, that's just me. You know, I don't really know. I don't like to talk too much about myself.
I know. It's what makes this so much fun, John.
Right.
All right. Well, listen, you know, so you've been in the business for a while, you know, as you said, sometimes part-time, sometimes no time. And you really hit your stride this year. You had a really great year. I mean, 9 listings last month alone. What do you attribute your success to, you know, over time? You know, anybody who's able to stay in the business is something to that. But then this year specifically, what are you pointing to saying like, that's what helped me get it done?
One word was coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Just making the decision to do coaching with Eric. You pointed that out to me going into the beginning of the season. Hey, you want to get a breakthrough? You really should consider coaching. And, you know, Eric came to me a few years ago and had mentioned coaching. I think he saw some numbers where I was getting to certain levels and I would just bump my head and I wasn't really breaking through to the new level that I wanted to go to. And I just wasn't ready to do it then. And I was just like, no, I can get it. You know, sometimes you want to just put it on your shoulders and try and carry yourself through some things. But a coach in one of my other businesses that I'm affiliated with actually said something to me. He was like that your best thinking only gets you as far as you've gotten. And, you know, sometimes, like I think I shared that with you the other day at the event, is that sometimes you got to get outside of yourself to get to where you want to go and align yourself with people who are doing the things that you want to do, or they're already doing where you're looking to go. And, you know, getting in coaching, man, it made me realize that, hey, you know, everything that I'm looking to do is right here in front of me, but I was missing opportunities, you know, so it kind of changed up a lot of the things that I was doing as far as, you know, tracking my business, you know, looking at my pipeline regularly, knowing where your business comes from, and then also keeping your goals in front of you. You know, so coaching helped a lot the success for this year. Honestly, I think is really the main thing that helped me to get exactly where I'm at right now. And I haven't done anything great or anything. I'm still looking to get higher, but and I'm definitely going to go higher. But that was just the biggest focal point is just being ready to take on coaching.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love that, and I think that you've chosen a great call booth to take this one from, because it says your business grows to the extent that you do. And I heard you say a lot of things about the way that you think and your mindset as big drivers for this year. Any major upgrades or changes in the way that you did business, or pieces of leverage that just kind of created another breakthrough for you that maybe came through coaching?
One of the biggest changes I did for me is to and I don't encourage anybody to do anything that I'm doing, but it's just to sit back and just take a look at what I want, and then I think another bold law is just you teach people how to treat you in your business, and just putting things in place that are going to work for me, as far as dealing with people, because you can get out here and a lot of people will, want to waste your time. And, I had to get to a point where I was just like, I'm not chasing certain type of business. I have to be okay with letting some things go and, focusing more on the things that I actually want to go towards.
Mm-hmm.
So after getting out of that space where it's like I'm chasing and doing this, and I think I also shared with you, it's easy to get caught up in the busyness of real estate, and that instead of actually doing the things that are going to drive the business.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting caught up in a lot of that, and that was one of the biggest changes that, hey, I had to realize, what am I doing wrong? That's only getting me to 16 or 17 deals a year, and I'm just close to capping, and it hadn't happened. And I'm like, man, I was right there, but what didn't get me over?
Right.
So that was it. Just making a few, little tweaks, and I mean, very minor things that I was just doing wrong as far as like, keeping on top of the business.
So prior to this year, what's the most you ever had pending at one time?
Prior to this year, the most I ever had pending might have been about 8 deals.
Okay. And then what's the most you had pending this year at any given time, or at one time?
Well, as of recently, it was 16 till, 5 of them fell out. But that was just maybe about 2-3 weeks ago out of 16 pending. Right now, I'm currently sitting with 10 pending,
Yeah.
And, after having capped, these things are going to close pretty good. And, I was like, man, that's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Small potatoes for a lot of
That's a big deal for anybody, man. I think, what do you think the 2016 John Murchison would think if he had 16 deals pending at one time?
2016 John Murchison would be very overwhelmed. Right now, I'm a little overwhelmed, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I think I'm more excited than anything to see what the new year is going to bring, and pushing it to a whole new level.
Well, let me ask you this question, because let's get real, man. One of the biggest benefits of this company is the idea that we've got this cap, and when you hit it, you earn 100%, and you get to choose your own destiny in terms of how much money you make. And I mean, to spend a long time with the company, getting close but not quite getting there. I'm sure Tony Geraci was calling you every 3 months to come over to Century 21. I'm sure somebody offered you a better split or a better cap, and you never took it. Why? Like, if I'm sitting here and I'm trying to break through and I'm looking at the math and I'm like, well, there's 10% more over here. Why didn't you go? Why didn't you take the bait?
That's a great question. I think the biggest thing that kept me here is the belief system. What I felt like KW actually stands for. It's the training, the support, I just felt like everything I had is already here. And a lot of times I feel like sometimes we go chasing things, like I said earlier. I could have gone to Century 21 because yes, Geraci, he still call. My first broker in the business called me the other day. I'm like, I'm okay where I'm at right now. you know, yeah, I could have gone somewhere else, but really, sometimes, like I said, chasing something else to go somewhere else, it's not necessarily about what they can give you. It's really about what you want to do for yourself. You
Mhm.
know, it wasn't a change of the company; it was a change that I had to make in myself. You know, to get where I want to go, and I'm still changing. I'm still learning things, and like I said, I haven't done anything spectacular. But I do know I'm on the way, and I now know I do have the capability of being a greater agent, and that's all I'm shooting for, is to get better each and every day.
I got to tell you, man, your ability as a agent is only exceeded by your humility. That is, you're a good dude. Now, looking ahead to 2022, what's on deck? What's your primary focus for your business, and what's the target?
Um, Primary focus is this, just keep growing, continue to just move forward. As far as a target, really the sky's the limit. I would like to say, hey, my goal, this year I'm probably going to finish up this. I have some closings coming here this week, tomorrow, 3 deals closing. I may finish up somewhere around almost, just shy of 3 million this year. But I want to break 5 million. I want
Yeah.
to break 5 million. 6 figures, obviously, 150 grand or more would be better. It will be a lot better than where I'm at right now, but would be ideal. Um, but really, it's just focusing on growth and growing, investing, getting invested this year. Me and Eric, we've been talking about some stuff, and that's very much in the near future. So just staying focused on the goals and keeping the goals at hand.
I love that. I feel like if you pass Eric in the hallway, he makes you feel like you got to go get an investment property. So I can't imagine what it's like in the coaching program. John, thank you so much for your willingness to be on this call this morning to help us close out the year on such a strong note. And look, man, thanks for all you do for other agents. I know that, as soon as you started to see success, you put your hand down and started to pull other people up with you. Can't thank you enough for that. What a huge representation of our culture and the idea of teamwork that you represent. So thank you so much for everything. Cannot wait to see how high this rocket ship goes for you and for everybody else in this company. And if you need anything, you know where to find me.
All right. And just my last thing, man, I want to say thank you to everybody as part of success. Mike, you, yourself, man. Having those talks earlier in the year. I really appreciated that, directing me and getting me going into the coaching. Eric, obviously, big shout out to Eric. Thank God for him. Anybody that's looking to do coaching, definitely consider doing it or get in coaching. I'm gonna say consider it, just do it because it'll make a huge difference. Big shout out to Scott Phillips. I always have to say thank you to Scott. Like, Scott has helped me in so many ways over the years, and I'm not going to go into details, but I really appreciate Scott. Man, when you're in need, he was a friend indeed. I would say that. Okay, so big shout to Scott. Nikki Briscoe, you're on the way, man. She was part of success for the 9 listings as well, so I definitely want to shout her out. And man, let's just keep pushing these racks up, man.
Yeah. I love it. I love it, John. Thank you so much. Congratulations on a great year, and all the best of luck next year, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.